Hello and welcome once again, and thank you for joining my channel. I'm going to show you the making of this little wool painting, and it's my own design. I sketched it out first and then I painted with wool. So, this is the sketch, and I made the outlines with a marker so I can see through the felt sheet. I placed it and I had measured it out according to my frame. I had a 10 by 10 frame and it was a shadow one, so a bit thicker than the normal ones. So I'm going to trace out the drawing roughly, and just to know where I have to put the wool in. So I'm using a dark pencil and it's going to be all covered up with wool, so you just need to have the basics. So I'm drawing the sketch over it. There's a rainbow behind the little hedgehog who's holding all the daisies. Once I've got the drawing on, I'm going to start with the background first, and I've chosen a light blue color and I just mixed it up with another shade so it doesn't look really boring. You can mix it up with white, you can make clouds. So just mixed up two colors of blues. Now I'm starting with the rainbow. So as we all know, the colors of the rainbow, I've started with the violet, and I'm going to try and fix all the 7 colors in. I'm going to make them prominent and a bit blended at the same time, like the rainbow is. So I'm taking thin strands and going with the colors of the rainbow. So it's violet, indigo, blue, orange. So I've missed out the green. And when I done the whole rainbow, I realized that my orange wasn't that bright and I had missed the green. So I did put them in later on, so don't worry. After the rainbow is done, started with the hedgehog and just the face. For the color of the face, I'm using a merino top that's eggshell color, and I'm going to use different shades of browns, but just for the face. And the body, I'm going to use uh, the eggshell. I'm using a dark brown color, the darkest I had for the nose. And as I made the hedgehog look a bit cute and cartoonish, I gave it a round, big nose. So I'm gonna dash that on and shape it. You can make it a bit thicker if you want the face, so it can be protruding from the frame. It can look 3D, but mine is rather flat. Once I'm happy with the nose, I'm adding more wool to the cheeks, you can say, so it looks a bit rounded. And dark brown line just underneath the nose. Now I'm adding a little mouth and chin, so he seems to be smiling. So just underneath those cheeks. Now I'm starting off with the flowers, and I think I'm gonna do all of them first. So I'm starting with the yellow part in the middle, and I'm going to fill in all the yellows. And once I'm done with the yellows, I'm gonna move on to the little petals of the flowers, and that's going to take the most time, giving it a bit of shading with a darker orange so it looks more like a painting. Now I started off with petals, and I'm doing very thin, small petals using white merino top. I think it's called lightning. It's really white, and going around doing each petal. So this was the most time consuming part, but as you can see, they look really nice, and I did enjoy making them. Now I'm adding green leaves, sorry, the stalks and the little leaves around, and I'm going giving it a gray shading just to make them a bit more detailed. I've used a bit of blue with the gray, and not all around the petals, but just giving them a bit of depth so they are more prominent. So I'm putting in more leaves. I've used the sketch as a reference, so I just kept it in front of me because by now most of the pencil lines are lost, and I have to make the leaves at the bottom and the little bit of ground. So I'm using different shades of greens that I had, making bigger leaves. It's like some plants near the base. And now I'm adding black eyes, giving some character to the hedgehog. Very little shred of black wool, just push it in because I had given the whole face a color, so it wasn't really hard knowing where the eyes are going to be. Now I've started it off with the dark brown color, and I'm going to do the darks first. So these are the the hair, what do you call them, hedgehogs, and I'm starting off with darks. So I'm going to use two shades of darker brown, and then I'm going to fill in with lighter colors. So I'm going to use 3 to 4 shades of the browns. So I've gone all around the head and the little bits behind the flowers as well. It can be seen. I'm adding more browns. Now I'm filling in the gaps, and with the same color I used for the mouth or the face, I'm using for the tummy. That's gonna show in between the flowers. And now the little tiny feet with lighter brown color. I'm making the little toes. So I'm just gonna make 3 toes on each side. And I'm using a carded brown wool. little balls, and they can be seen as little toes sticking out from underneath the flowers. And then I've added very light sand color to the ground. Just finishing off with more details of lighter brown color around the hedgehog. Here I thought I needed more blues as I could see the felt sheet from underneath, so I'm just filling in. I'm giving a little shine to the eyes with a very little speck of white, going just into it and cutting the excess wool. And I think now it looks pretty done and fits into the frame. Now taking it off the mat, it's like peeling it off, and it was kind of tricky, but it doesn't go wrong. You just have to pull hard and smoothen it out. And I'm going to fix it into my frame. See how it looks best. Now it's fixed and it looks really nice. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Thank you.